Y'all, that was intense. What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. I just watched Gerald's Game.
You alright, man?
You did everything you need to survive from the beginning. You just have to remember.
Back up!
If you don't wake up, you're gonna die.
This is a Stephen King adaptation that stars Carla Gugino and Bruce Greenwood. I hope I said her name right. And it is full of some masterclass performances and high-level tension, something that you don't expect from a Netflix movie in the past, but now Netflix is getting to the point they're going to start competing with some major studios. And after this movie, and after To the Bone, after Okja, after seeing the way that Netflix handles their original films for the most part, they're a force to be reckoned with. So if you guys don't know how I do movie reviews, I like to talk about the good, I like to talk about the bad, and then I like to talk about the score, but you don't care about the good or the bad. Who cares? You just want the score. Who cares? Sorry, I've been on this Boston accent kick lately. I don't know. Too many Mark Wahlberg movies? Who cares? Before we get into this review, I want you guys to know that this is not the only Netflix movie that I will be reviewing this weekend. Another movie came out called Our Souls at Night. I will be watching that, reviewing it. I'm binging a lot of stuff this weekend just so I can get some reviews out for you guys and let you know, should you watch these things? Because they're right at our fingertips. It's a lot different than going to the actual movies. And speaking of that, I was going to go watch American Made. Guess what? The movie theater that's in the town that I'm living in, they don't have the movie, so I don't really know how I'm going to watch. I will try to find a way. So at the 20-minute mark, I'm like, okay, how are they going to keep this up? It's great so far. A movie about a girl that's chained to a bedpost. I mean, that's something that you wouldn't expect to be good, but it really captured me. But I was like, how are they going to keep this up? How are they going to continue to build tension? I had some opinions, but none of them were close to what happened. This is a very psychological movie. It's incredible how your mind plays tricks on you, how panic and chaos can lead to unhappiness. This movie plays with those themes. It brings those elements up. It plays with your mind. It plays with our mind, and it does a great job of all of those things. I really enjoyed this movie. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying that. At the 46-minute mark, there is a flashback that happens. Now, I have some negatives with this flashback, but the things that happen in the flashback are very important for the story, and there are some very scary elements, but this guy, the father, the guy who plays the father, he did a good job, but the actual character, screw you, man, you're a jerk, screw you. But it worked for the movie, so. The tension in this film approaches levels of misery. You know, the other Stephen King adaptation, it approaches those levels at time, and I loved it. It's not a movie that I want to tell people, hey, I enjoyed this movie about a sex fantasy, some guy handcuffing this woman to a bed. No, it's a movie that is a lot deeper than that. It's a lot more than that. That's not even really part of the story after the beginning, and it worked. And most importantly, there's some scary imagery here. I mean, it's not all throughout the movie. It's here, it's there, it's sprinkled in, but when it happens, it happens. And I'm a guy, I don't love blood and guts. That freaks me out way more than jump scares do. I watch The Conjuring and The Exorcist, and I don't really get scared. I just appreciate them for scaring me or trying to scare the audience. This movie, man, it's got some blood and some gore that just really dug deep, and it's the most terrified I've been looking at a screen all year, and that's really saying something, but that's mostly a personal thing. It's not really something that's going to happen to everybody, but if you don't like blood, and if you're not a big fan of like needles and stuff, it freaks me out, yeah, don't watch this. Alright, so the bad here, I mean, I really don't have near as many negatives as I thought I would before I watched this film. Like I said, there's a scene that takes place in the past, and the green screen is really, really bad. And then there's a body of water that's in the background of a lot of the shots, and it just looks horrible. The water's moving way too fast. It's very unrealistic. At the end of the movie, you kind of get an idea of why the dream was the way that it was, but when you're watching it, you can just kind of tell how bad a lot of it is, and it didn't work for me for the most part. I liked the idea and the concept of the dream. I didn't like the look of it, and that's the biggest problem I have. In the end, it was a little cheeseball. Then it was cool. Then it was cheeseball again. Don't really know how to feel about it, and every time there was, like I said, a bad green screen moment, I could just see right through it, and it kind of took me out. I know it's a Netflix movie, the budget's not as high, whatever, but when you're doing stuff like that, you have to make it look as realistic as possible. Some of the stuff was so realistic, and then other effects were just like, eh. The movie took a few turns that it didn't take me out of the film, but it kind of just like, okay, that's very either convenient or it's just very awkward. Didn't love a couple of the side stories, but you know what? This film shocked me. This film surprised me. This is one of my favorite Netflix movies that I've ever watched. And it's a movie about a girl handcuffed to a bed. And I've given so many of these this year, so many of this specific score, but there have just been so many movies that are just really good, if not great, that deserve this score that's come out this year. I gave Stronger an 80. I am giving Gerald's Game an 80%. What a film. What a surprise of a movie on Netflix. You can just get on there and watch it. That's incredible. So what did you guys think of Gerald's Game? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were you impressed? Were you disappointed? Have you seen my other reviews on an app called Stardust? This is an app where you can watch trailers, review movies. If you guys don't have it, it's super cool, and I really recommend it to film lovers and television show lovers alike. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I will be back later today or tomorrow with a review for Our Souls at Night, and hopefully American-made at some point this weekend. I'd also like to see Battle of the Sexes. That's one I've been looking forward to. So you guys are the absolute best. Thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I will catch you later.